What's up, guys? Fooch from Fooch TV here. Well, it finally happened. Seungri has been sentenced to 3 years in jail. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article together from the Korea Times. This was uploaded yesterday, Korea time, around 4:30 p.m. It says, disgraced K-pop star Seungri gets 3-year prison sentence term in sex gambling scandal. So right off the bat, they are immediately throwing the fist and calling him a disgraced K-pop star. I don't know, the rhetoric there is quite harsh, but let's take a look at what they say. Seungri, the disgraced former member of K-pop boy band Big Bang, was sentenced to a 3-year prison term by a military court on Thursday on multiple charges, including prostitution, mediation, and overseas gambling. So what we're talking about here is the reason why it's in the military court, because if you don't remember, right as these things were coming out, Seungri decided to do his military conscription, his mandatory military service, which all Korean men have to do before the age of 35, I believe. That needs to be done. And a lot of the time when celebrities get into these, issues, big issues or controversies, or accused of criminal activity, they end up doing their military service at that time in order for people to kind of forget about the story and for the thing not to be completely blown over, or for everything to be blown over, but in order to let the publicity die down a bit and then continue with the criminal trials usually after they get out of the military. And as we've seen recently, a lot of kind of these big cases, not just the Burning Sun case, but a lot of the big cases that have been publicized recently, the Nth Room and Jungin. The reason why I think some of those sentences were so high relative to Korea's normal standard punishments, obviously they're terrible crimes, but also because there was a lot of public outcry. So if there's a big case and there's a lot of public outcry, usually the sentence is going to be harsher. That's not new to Korea. That's just, normal how societies work. So that's why these celebrities, when they're accused of something, they go to the military, let it die down a little bit, come out, and then they usually get a lesser sentence. So that's why I guess it was tried in a military court. That's new to me. I didn't know that. I thought they were going to wait until he was out of the military before trying to sentence him or take this to court, but I guess not. It was done by a military court. Let's continue on with what the Korea Times has to say. The Army's General Military in Yongin, south of Seoul, also ordered the immediate detention of the scandal-ridden celebrity, a 31-year-old, whose real name is Lee Seung-hyun. Nothing new here. Seungri has been on trial at the military court because he enlisted in the army in March last year, following his indictment in January that year on numerous charges, which also include operation of an unlicensed adult entertainment establishment and embezzlement. He was also, let's skip ahead, not much information there. He was also charged with misappropriating about 528 million won from his club funds and habitually gambling in Las Vegas from December 13th to August 27th, with combined gambling money of about 2.2 billion won at stake. So I think the big issue here, which some of you might be confused, why is gambling an issue? And that's because gambling is actually illegal in Korea for Koreans, which is also kind of interesting. So if you're a foreigner or tourist or whatever, you come to Korea, you can gamble legally here. I can go to certain casinos in Korea and gamble legally. However, Koreans cannot do that. So that's interesting in itself, considering that we're in Korea, a country for Koreans, and there are things that Koreans are not allowed to do, gambling, except for one place. I forget the name off the top of my head, but there's one legal casino for Koreans, which is kind of far away from Seoul, and there's some restrictions, limitations. Maybe I could do a gambling video in the future. But foreigners, non-Koreans, can gamble. So that's kind of weird. But not only that, in other countries, Koreans are technically not allowed to gamble. Korea has a couple of, I was looking into this, apparently some countries do this, or a lot of countries do this, but they don't really follow through. There are these stupid laws that say that, yeah, even though you're in a country where that activity is legal, if you come back to your home country and we find out about it, we're gonna charge you. So, you know, Seungri, gambling in Las Vegas is technically illegal. If you're Korean citizen, and you go to another country and smoke marijuana, if you go to Holland, which is legal there, or if you go to certain states in the US, California, for example, and you legally purchase and consume marijuana in that state, let's say California, for example, and you come back to Korea and Korea finds out about it, that is still illegal because it's illegal here. And I just think that's so stupid. That's not something that's unique to Korea. Other countries do it, but I just think it doesn't make any sense and it's stupid. So in this case, he got charged for gambling. And I do realize that, you know, I've been doing the Burning Sun series. I kind of started with drugs in Korea. I released that video. That was part 1. That was like back in January, February. And then I released part 2, which is kind of about Burning Sun. But the first part is Burning Sun, the Kim Sang-gyo case, the assault case that started everything, that started the investigations that led us into this prostitution investigation against Seungri. I realized that was a few months ago, and I have not gotten to part 3 yet, which is supposed to be about this case, why Seungri was arrested and all the, you know, alleged prostitution-related crimes that he was involved into. But I realized that he got sentenced to jail before I was able to even start on that video. I haven't started on that yet. However, I do promise that part 3 will be released. Part 3 discussing his crimes related to this. Part 3 will be released before Seungri is released from jail. So thank you guys so much for being patient. Let me know what you think. I mean, I didn't really talk about anything news. I'll post the link to the article below. But as always, if you do enjoy the channel and the content that I very seldom create, I know it's been a while to be consistent, be getting content out. If you do like the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, we're almost at 1,000 subs. That'd be so nice. Leave a comment showing your support, or if you absolutely hate and detest this channel, that's okay too. You are entitled to do whatever you'd like to do. Go ahead and leave a nasty comment. All comments are allowed. Nothing gets deleted. Go ahead and leave a nasty comment, unsubscribe, dislike the video, do whatever you guys have to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.